Greetings and God bless. I was thinking about a couple incidents recently. So, for a couple of years, when I was at another office, there was somebody whose office was across from the bathroom and across from the kitchen, and she would do her projects in the community kitchen that I don't know, maybe five other people used. She would kind of live in the kitchen, do her consults, even though she had two offices there. And I guess she thought, well, I have two offices, so this is my third office. And she would kind of, I just felt a little bit under scrutiny. She would keep her door open when I was microwaving or getting water in the kitchen, and her door was right there. So she would just be sitting there like a spider, on her computer, 10 feet away from me every time I needed to use the kitchen or the bathroom. And, so then I start renting an office and at a different location when I moved. And again, this lady has her office right across from the kitchen. And every time I walked by her door, she comes out, and that's when she needed to do stuff. Like randomly, whenever I'm randomly in the kitchen. And some people want attention, they want customer service. They, at least that's the way it seems to me. They look at me and they're like, oh, I'm going to get something from her. I'm going to, like, she should feed my ego. And I don't want to. Like, that's not my job. Like, she's not paying me, like, I didn't consent to being her provider. And so I have noticed recently that there's people like this. And it's not just recent now that I think about it, because when I've been in housemate situations, I would be stalked by these um, really messed up people, and they would tell me what to do or just be lurking everywhere I happen to be. And and I think, because I'm a nice person and I'm a patient person, and maybe I'm a too kind of a person, and so people will exploit that, and they'll think that they're thinking I like them or whatever, and I'm just in my defensive default kind mode, and so I will avoid these toxic people. And so, like, one stalker was a white guy, another stalker was a white lady, the stalker at the office was a white lady, and now this one is of a different demographic. And I believe it is possible that this lady of a different demographic thinks that I'm being prejudiced, and it's like, no. I have had 4 or 5 stalkers right before you. You're behaving like a stalker. It doesn't matter what color you are. I just don't want to be stalked. So then I was walking yesterday, and it was a hot, painful walk for me, and having a hard time with the altitude. And this twitchy tweaker, angry, gesticulating guy is like a block away. And so I had been sitting, trying to just kind of muster up strength. And so I see this weird guy, and I walk. I'm like, okay, I gotta go. Now, on the way back down the street, there's like a tweaker white guy and another stumbling white guy. And I'm like, get away from me, emaciated white lady, emaciated, they're all on drugs or mentally ill. I don't know what's going on. But and like these white homeless people, whatever they are, they know I'm avoiding them. And they're not like, she's avoiding me because I'm white. Like when I avoided the stalkers in the places I've lived, they weren't like, she's avoiding me because I'm white. They were like, she's avoiding me because there's something about me that's freaking her out. But so this twitchy guy, when I was sitting down, overheated and whatever. He's like, she's avoiding me because I'm black. No, I'm avoiding you because you're acting angry. I could see from a block away that you're crazy. You're dangerous. And yet this mentality that certain demographics have, this entitlement. This is like this people of color entitlement that white people have to tolerate you stalking us, you being violent to us, you stealing from us, and you just are calling our reaction racism when we're like, don't stalk us, don't be violent to us, don't steal from us. Like, we don't like it when white people do it, and we don't like it when anybody else does it. We just don't. Nobody likes being stolen from. When a black person steals from a black person, is it called racism? I'm sure the crazy Marxists out there will call it racism when a black person is upset when another black person kills them, kills their family, rapes them, steals from them, stalks them. This is so crazy, people. And it's like, so anyways, for anybody who's feeling all like, oh, you don't like me because of whatever. Now, if you're a jerk, your own family has difficulties with you. Your friends, the people that you work with, have difficulties with you. And this other demographic that you hate so much has the same, can relate because they're human beings. So, stop this false crocodile tear kind of thing, trying to say that, justified concerns are invalid because, you know, stalking people or stealing from them or being violent, it's unacceptable and nobody likes it. And it's not, like, I think white people have overcompensated. And I know, when I was growing up in New York and there'd be crazy people, whether it was white, black, or whatever, um, you know, we were just trying to get to school. We were just trying to get home. And so nobody really did anything because we're hostages on the bus or the train or the sidewalk or whatever. And, you're just taught to just ignore and go. And then when certain things would happen at school or at work or whatever, um, like, you were just taught, well, as a white person, you need to take a bullet. You need to accept these accusations, even though it wasn't valid, even though it wasn't true, even though it wasn't fair, even though it wasn't right, and white people were like, okay, you know, they did. And I think it's gotten too far. Like, with what's happened with the lockdowns and that people sacrifice themselves and their children to suffocating and to getting poked. And now this indoctrination of an agenda, making little children get operations and stuff like that. I think this overcompensation has gone way too far, and now there's no direction, there's no moral backbone, no self-preservation. That's what's happened. I think, like, the white American liberal has no self-preservation, and honestly, the other demographics that are going along with this throwing white people under the bus, it's not to their benefit either, because they will be next. It's just this just seems to be what historically happens. And I do want to say, yeah, sometimes there's mean white people who do have, something out. They're out to get somebody. But the thing is, those mean white people generally are mean to other white people who they can victimize. So it's not really, it's been, at least in my experience, just like Black people victimize other Black people. Like if somebody has a problem, they don't. I have not experienced where they're always nice 100% to their own culture or demographic or whatever. So that is my opinion, and I just wanted to put it out there. So what do you guys think? Thanks for watching. God bless.